Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to learn about the first lesson in the geography, that is resources. In this chapter we would cover what is resources, types of resources and conservation of resources. First we will see what is resources. Anything that can be used to satisfy a need. It is called resources. See here, Earth is a unique planet because it is the only planet which sustains life. Human beings, animals and plants are members of the biosphere. Among them, man is known as the most intelligent living being. All the boundless assets available on the earth are its natural wealth. When man uses it and fulfill his needs through it, then it is known as resource. So, resources means anything that can be used to satisfy a need. It is called resources. We daily use so many things. We use water when we are thirsty. We use electricity in our home. We use bus to get home from school. We use vegetables to eat. We use pen to write. We use textbook to study. Okay, these things are common. Means water, electricity, bus, vegetable, textbook, pen. These are common. And these things are used by us. So, they have a utility. Utility means utility or usability. Utility or usability is makes an object or substance a resource. Pen is used by me, so it is a resource for me. Or textbook is used by me, so this textbook is resource for me. Okay, and how does something or how does the things become a resource? Now, as I told, utility or usability makes an object or substance resource, and when the things become resource only when they have a value. Things become resources only when they have a value. Value means worth. Utility gives it a value. Pen is used by me, so pen is very valuable thing for me. And textbook is used by me. Textbook is very valuable for me. Value means worth. And some resources have economic value, some do not. For example, metals and water may have an economic value, and beauty of landscape and beauty of nature have an aesthetic value. And but both are important and satisfy human needs. Some resources can become economically valuable with time. For example, your grandmother's home remedies have no commercial value today. But if they are patented and sold by a medical firm tomorrow, they could become economically valuable. Patent is a means of knowledge protection or exclusive right over any idea or invention. Time and technology are important factors that can change substance into resources. Say here, for example, human beings are the most important resources because of their ideas and knowledge, inventions and discoveries that lead to the creation of more resources. Um, for example, discovery of fire lead to the practice of cooking, and invention of wheel ultimately resulted in the development of modes of transport. The technology to create hydroelectricity has turned energy in fast flowing water into an important resource, and the generation of steam energy by burning coal led to the great industrial revolution and changed the lifestyle of human population. So, as I told, time and technology are two important factors that can change substance into resource. Now we will move on to the next concept, that is types of resources. Resources are broadly classified into three types. First one is natural, second one is human, and third one is human made. Now first one is natural resources. Resources that are drawn from nature and used without much modification are called natural resources. For example, air, water, soil, rocks, minerals, and plants. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the soil, minerals are all natural resources. Many of these resources are free gifts of nature and we can be used directly. In some cases, tools and technology may be needed to use natural resources in the best possible way. Now, classification of natural resources. Natural resources are classified into different groups. They are based on development and use, based on origin, based on stock, based on distribution. First one is based on development and use. On the basis of development and use, resources can be classified into two groups, actual resources and potential resources. Now we'll see what is actual resources and what is potential resources. Actual resources are resources whose quantity is known. That means the resources which have been developed by man for use and which are being continuously utilized are actual resources, and these resources are being used in the present, whose quantity is known and being used. We can use it presently, and the rich deposit of coal in Ruhr region in Germany and petroleum in the West Asia and the dark soil of the Deccan Plateau in Maharashtra are all the actual resources. Now, what is potential resources? Potential resources are those entire quantity may not be known and these are not being used at present, or the resources which are not yet being used or which are still in preliminary stage are known as potential resources. These potential resources could be used in the future. The level of technology we have at present may not be advanced enough to easily utilize the resources. The uranium found in the Ladakh region it is the best example of the potential resources that could be used in the future. High speed winds are potential resources 200 years ago. Today they are an actual resources and wind farms generate energy using windmills in Netherlands. You will also find some in Nagarcoil in Tamil Nadu and in Gujarat coast, etc. Now we will move on to the next, based on the origin. Resources can be, on the basis of the origin, resources can be classified into biotic and abiotic resource. Abiotic resources are non-living while biotic resources are living. Soils, rocks and minerals are abiotic and plants and animals are biotic resources. Now, based on the stock. Based on the stock, resources can be broadly categorized into renewable and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources are those which get renewed or replenished quickly. Some of these are unlimited and are unlimited. Some of these resources are unlimited and not affected by human activities such as solar and wind energy. However, a careless use of certain renewable resources like water, soil and forest can affect their stock. Water seems to be unlimited renewable resources, but shortage and drying up of natural water sources is a major problem in many parts of the world today. Non-renewable resources are those resources which have a limited stock. Once the stocks are exhausted, it may take thousands of years to be renewed or replenished. Since this period is much more than human lifespans, such resources are considered non-renewable. Coal, petroleum and natural gas are some examples of a non-renewable resource. Next one is based on the distribution. Based on the distribution, we can classify the natural resources into ubiquitous and localized resources. Resources that are found everywhere like air we breathe, water we drink are ubiquitous. But those which are found only in certain places are localized. For example, copper, iron, petroleum, etc. However, the distribution of natural resources depends upon number of physical factors like terrain, climate and altitude. The distribution of resources is unequal because these factors differ so much over the earth. Hope you all are understood my points. Next class I'll continue. Thank you.